MotorWeek is made possible by Lucas Oil, Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper, and TireRack.com.
As you've probably heard by now, there's an all-new fourth generation of the Tacoma midsize pickup truck heading our way soon. But before we make way for it, let's take a look back at what made the third-gen Toyota Tacoma so outstanding and popular, and how it stacks up to what we already know about what comes for 24. While there have been numerous small Toyota pickup truck designs on American streets since the 1960s, it was the first-gen Tacoma's arrival in the mid-1990s that put Toyota on the fast track to become today's mid-size truck sales leader. This third-generation Tacoma debuted for 2016 as a much more serious truck than predecessors, with significant upgrades in ride and handling and capability. TRD off-road chops expanded greatly too, including the most capable TRD Pro yet. That theme will continue for 24, with the fourth gen not only offering TRD Sport, TRD Pro, TRD Off-Road, and TRD Pre-Runner models, but even turning to the aftermarket for help as well, with a new Trail Hunter rig upgraded with pieces from ARB, Old Man Emu, and Rigid. Third gen arrived with a choice of 159 horsepower 2.7-liter i4 or 278 horsepower 3.5-liter V6 with 265 pound-feet of torque, and no major changes were made to either throughout its 8-year run. Gen 4 will see a big departure with all 4 cylinders, but not to worry, there's turbo and even hybrid assistance. So the base 2.4-liter iForce turbo will rate the same 278 horsepower as Gen 3's V6. The iForce Max will crank it up to 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque, which is 200 more than the V6. Automatic transmissions will go from 6 speeds to 8, and a 6-speed manual will remain available too, though only with the base Turbo 4. We felt one last hurrah for the third gen was in order at our Mason-Dixon test track. While the V6 Tacoma has always felt plenty torquey off pavement, at the track it launched very softly for a lengthy 7.9-second trip to 60. We can't wait to get that iForce Max up here to see what it will do. Even with off-road tires, it was a very smooth, pleasant shifting trip down the rest of the quarter mile, albeit a very loud one. We tripped the lights in 16.1 seconds at 89 miles per hour. Those Goodyear Wrangler ATs are surely designed for gripping wet rocks and cutting through mud more than providing maximum traction through cones. So our slalom speeds were relatively low, but steering was light and overall handling very predictable. In panic braking runs, we could really feel the ABS working overtime. But that just makes sense, as bringing this truck to a halt in just 115 feet from 60 is hard work indeed. The majority of Tacomas sold are 4-door double cabs, like this TRD Off-Road, and come with a choice of either 5 or 6-foot bed. That won't change for 24, but oddly, the current access cab with 2 front and 2 rear hinge doors will be replaced with a 2-door only extra cab. Crashworthiness and declining demand were apparently behind the decision, but the new extra cab will have added space for gear inside as well as a 6-foot bed. Another major departure for Gen 4 will be its frame. It's shared with the full-size Tundra. If there's one issue that Gen 3 trucks had, it was frame rust. To be fair, Toyota quickly addressed the situation and even replaced early-run frames under warranty. Perhaps even more significant is that most trims will have an all-new coil spring suspension bolted to the back half of that new frame. Leaf springs will still suspend the lowest trims. Styling is always subjective, but we love the fact that the 24 appears to build on Gen 3, looking like a tougher Tacoma and not a baby Tundra. Government fuel economy ratings are sure to improve over the current V6 autos, 18 city, 22 highway, 20 combined with four-wheel drive. That's a worse than average energy impact score, 14.9 barrels of oil annually, emitting 7.4 tons of CO2. Now, if you're the kind of truck buyer who prefers to stick with the well-proven and let someone else work out the kinks, you still have plenty of time to pick up a 23 Tacoma with prices ranging from $29,585 to $49,020, with our TRD off-road at $37,775. We expect pricing to stay pretty close to that when 24s go on sale this fall. With smaller truck sales now hotter than they've been in a long time, this 2023 Toyota Tacoma remains the best seller in the midsize segment despite its lack of change. So Toyota probably didn't have to do as drastic a rethink as they did for 24. While the Gen 3 is still a great truck, we think we'll also love what's coming next, and Tacoma fans will too.